All right, hello everyone. I'm Elliot Heath with the Bowerman Track Club. Welcome back to another Throwback Thursday race series edition. Today we'll be looking back on one of the, I think, most exciting 3Ks, certainly of the last decade. Joining me today will be two current Bowerman Track Club pros. First, we have Moh Ahmed, a 12:58 5K, 26:59 10K World Championship medalist at 5,000. Moh, welcome.
Yep, thanks, appreciate it.
And also joining us alongside Moh will be Ryan Hill, a 13:05 5K guy, multiple time 3K and 5K US champion. Ryan, welcome.
Hey, good to be here with you guys.
All right, well, we're going to try to keep it fun, exciting, looking back on some great videos of the past. Today, specifically, we're looking at the 2016 World Championships indoor 3,000 meters from our home city of Portland. When I first brought this race up to you guys, what thoughts came to your mind? Have you thought about this race in a while?
It had been maybe 2 or 3 years since I had even watched this, and I've only watched it maybe 3 or 4 times because it ends up being pretty special. So I've obviously seen it, but it had been a long time. I had kind of moved on from it, and but I remember it pretty vividly, and I feel like I've also had to talk to a lot of people about it over the years. So my memory is pretty fresh with it.
Nice. Well, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Well, one like unique thing in my mind that stuck out was just the fact that it was in Portland. It was in our home city, and just how that was like a different experience. I know you guys were living together at the time, right?
Yes.
In Portland, and just a lot of times, you go to World Championships and it's halfway around the world, and you get into your routine of being in a hotel room or something like that. Any thoughts on or memories on how this one was different, just being in Portland and the build up to the race?
Oh yeah, this was so different than any other global championship that I've done, certainly Moh's done. I mean, it was really odd to wake up just in our house, like in my own bed. It's like, well, we're going to the World Championship final today. But it was really surreal just waking up in your own bedroom, doing your basic everyday routine, but you got a world final in a couple of hours. But yeah, we just loaded up and drove over there like it was a practice or something.
Yeah. Who cooked the pre-race meal the night before for you guys? If you guys were living together, did you guys what'd you have?
I actually remember Moh and we went to Serato together, which is like a neighborhood Italian spot.
Yeah, see, I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, I'm sharp, Moh. I got this.
Yeah, dude, I thought when you said a meal, I was like, I thought we might have cooked. So I was thinking maybe we did a FB pasta or a chicken pesto pasta dinner. Like we did every single night. But yeah.
No,
okay.
I remember just you and I went out to get Italian together at Serato. So yeah, we were pretty dialed in.
Yeah. In my mind, at least, Ryan had kind of established, was really coming off of a US championship the year before, running 13:05, 7th at World Championships, the previous summer. And then coming into this race just seemed like to be a bit on fire, winning the US championships at 3K. And then also later that summer, putting that running 7:30 in the 3K. So just really kind of in, first couple of years of being really established. And I just still think of Moh as being so young at this time. And we look at the video, you do look so young in there.
Yeah, true. Moh hadn't quite caught fire yet. He's about to catch fire soon. But I'm on an absolute heater right now. I just won USA's a week before. I had won Milrose, 2 or 3 weeks before that. And then the year and a half of training leading into this. I mean, think about how hard we train, the crazy workouts we do, Moh. And I had done every prescribed workout for a year and a half.
Yep.
So I'm just like on a 1.5-year heater at this moment.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you're still coming along.
That is the one thing that I can actually attest to and say here, because this guy was just absolutely dropping me workouts in 2015 summer. Dude,
and I'm smooth at workouts. I'm smooth on workouts. I run like just exact splits, no problem. I'm not out to drop anyone or do anything. Except in speed, though. I was roasting speed.
Oh, hey. Yes, like at the, what was it? Like the first workout of the camp prior to this, to these like races this season, me and Ryan are doing, I think, like 200s all out. It's just actually the day, like, we had gotten to Flagstaff the night before, in the morning, like Jerry's like, all right, guys, you have a workout, sends us a workout, and he gives us a doozy. Like, he just gives us like 200s all out. And me and Ryan were doing them together at the, what was it? The Dome, I think that's what they call it.
Sky Dome. Yeah.
And we're just rolling like 24s on that flat 300-meter track, 23s. And on the last, and we're doing like a couple of 150s, and I pulled my hamstring. So you were dropping people. You were.
I was like, sorry, man.
I'm just saying, you were a jerk. Just admit it. You were such a jerk that whole year. So
yeah, you had to go sit on the bench for a couple workouts after that one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man.
Is any other specific workouts that you guys, or races that you guys remember from maybe the month leading into this race? I feel like sometimes you have that workout where you're like, okay, I don't know exactly what I'm capable of, but I'm fit.
Yeah, I've got it. We really actually, the whole January camp at Flagstaff, didn't do any workouts that were like epic, memorable, amazing, but we were just doing consistent work. But I remember the one where I realized, like, oh, I'm in, like, I don't know how, but I'm in just way better shape than the rest of the guys right now. We did just a 4-mile tempo. I think it was a little bit of a quicker, and then 2 times an 800. And it was just supposed to be 156, 2 156s. So we ran a 156, and kind of like everyone was sort of hurting. I was like, I don't know, I feel okay. Like, what's everyone? I don't know why everyone's like freaking out. And then we go to do the second one, and everyone blows up except me. Like, I remember being the only one that like finished the 800, and I ran 156. I was like, well, this doesn't happen in our group very often. Like, we finish workouts together almost 98% of the time. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why am I so fit right now? Yeah. And that was the one that really turned it like, yeah, I guess I'm pretty fit. Like, I better race well now.
All right. Well, tons of foreshadowing here. Let's maybe see if those 2 156 800s turned into any race fitness, and turn it over and check out the race. Well, there's the lineup for the first all right. So we've got a little intro into the race here first.
Yeah, it's not our guy though, you know. I wish Crammy was commentating on this one.
Oh, Cram, he definitely would have noticed me out there. The likes of Ryan Hill.
The likes of Ryan Hill.
Yeah, so as you guys looked across the board, I mean, it was a pretty stacked field. Yomith Kajelcha, young, I think he was 18 at the time. But what did you guys think of the field?
Oh yeah, Egeter's in there, Indiku's in there, Paul Chalimo's in here. It's a pretty stacked field. It's pretty good.
All right, Mo, you're out to the lead. Like, that couldn't have been the plan.
Well, leading up to this, I had some issues in training, so my confidence wasn't great. So I was just like, let me just go to the front, make it easy for Ryan. Give him that long rake and stride that I give him, that I was doing in all the practices.
Yeah.
So that's all I was trying to do, really.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm like right to the front, right in second. My confidence was so high at this point. I was like, well, even if this race is running 7:30, I'll be there. And I also felt like I was pretty fast, so I was like, there's no point being in the back. Might as well just go. I think my mantra was like, get to the front, stay in the front for this whole race. And I'll finish where I finish, but I want to be in the front as long as I possibly could be.
Yeah, I think Jerry had just kind of told us. I mean, with the speed that we were doing, that we could be there. And obviously, especially Ryan. You know, he was just on a tear that year. So in a fast race, he was going to be there. In a slow race, he was going to be there. And for me, like, I think I was a bit nervous, and I really didn't know what I was going to have. I didn't really have a great heats leading up to this. So my confidence wasn't the greatest, like I said, but I was just like, go out there, give yourself a chance, and see what happens. And yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising how even strung out it is. I mean, 71 for the first 400, like, it's pretty slow. What did you remember at all, like, what that felt for you guys on a small indoor track running 71, probably coming off of a 3K where you had just run 62, 63 at U.S. Championships?
I remember this feeling pretty slow. Like I felt like we were just kind of bouncing around, jogging around, and I'm constantly just waiting for someone to come flying around my shoulder and me have to make like a crazy move. But it felt like we were just bouncing along right now. But yeah, like I'm having a great ride right now. Like, and you see, there's a lot of action and stuff going on in the back. Like, and I'm not fighting or anything, so I'm saving a lot of energy up there at the front.
Yeah, I think that's probably the difference in demeanor between me and Ryan over here. Like, I went out to the front, and I get jostled back up, and he literally did not lose his position. And I think you will see this when all the chaos is happening. You can kind of see in terms of my demeanor and my body language. I'm not. You can tell that I don't really. You will see what's going to happen towards the end. But as with Ryan, you can just see he's just smooth and determined. Like, he does not care. Anybody that comes with gets past him, he's just holding his position, which that's what Jerry wanted. And yeah, it would have been interesting to hear what Jerry's thoughts were at this point.
Yeah, I've actually never talked to Jerry really about what he was thinking. I just remember before the race we had a very short strategy meeting, and he was like, "Hey, just don't be afraid to maybe take the lead with a K to go and just have some space." I'm a kicker at heart. So I was like, nah. I'll sit in the front though. I'm not taking the lead. I wasn't quite that confident.
Yeah, I mean, you guys you go 60 or 71, 67, 67 for 325 through 1200. As I remember being in the stands for this and thinking, we are getting ready for a really rowdy last mile or last K or something. But yeah, do you start to feel the energy, the excitement, just a little bit of the nervous energy growing here?
Oh, the anxiety is palpable right now. Like, you can just see, I'm looking back there a little bit, and as once we realized that the Kenyans, especially in Duku, and the Ethiopians were letting people do whatever the hell they want up front and letting us lead even, I knew something crazy was going to happen, because Nduku at the World Championships in 2015 made an absolutely reckless move. He got second, and I think they had run 148 for the last 800 meters. So I was at that point, I was expecting something like that, and I was like, please,
you can see how it's getting so bunched up now. Yeah, I mean, every single step I'm taking, I'm waiting to have to accelerate, because I know it's about to get rowdy. Every straightaway, it's gonna get rowdy, and I'm gonna have to sprint the last K probably.
Here we go.
Yeah,
it's getting rowdy.
Oh, this is the recklessness. Oh my Lord.
So it still kind of looks
and that
calm.
Is Nduku, right? Nduku at the front.
Yeah, I mean, look at these guys going at it. This is just crazy.
Yeah, but it seems like he's, I think Bashir is his name, from Djibouti, kind of knowing what he did at the World Championships the previous summer was not allowing him to dictate it and control the race from the front. And so it looks like his plan got kind of ruined a little bit too. So with Nduku there.
Okay, the last 200 before this was 28 seconds. I think we're coming up, and this will be another 29-second 200. So we're really ramping up. You guys went 252 2:42 for the first 2Ks.
Okay.
And what you maybe can't really like perceive is that we're sprinting each straight. So we might be running 28 or 29, but we're sprinting, every like other 50 meters.
Yeah.
So it feels reckless. And that move right there, I kind of got pushed back a little farther than I wanted to be by Choge. That was like probably the one mistake I made in this whole race, is let Choge there get in front of me. So now I'm shuffled back a little bit.
600 to go. Do you feel like you're in it for a medal, Ryan?
I feel fantastic. I'm just like not willing to completely use all of my energy reserves to get positioning at this point. So now I'm sort of content to be in fifth and ride it out and just not get dropped, because I'm starting to hurt a little bit because we've been running fast for a while. But I think I feel pretty good, but also you see I'm getting gapped. I don't quite have like the acceleration these guys have, but I just keep not getting dropped. I keep staying on it.
Yep, that's the fire. That's that determination that you had like that whole season. So
300 to go now.
And also you're so close to the finish, and you can see, the leaders. You can see the medal right there in front of you. That I was gonna be able to stay in it.
Are you thinking, like, I gotta catch two of these guys to get a medal, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I know I'm in fifth. I can see we're on the last lap. I mean, it's all instinct now. But I still have a lot of work to do, and Kejelich is in the lead. I think I have to swing really wide on this curve because I'm just rolling. I'm not doing anything tactically sound anymore. I'm just rolling. I got to go way out, lane 3.
Oh, with the lead.
I've got a nice dip here for second. Yeah. So I was able to manage a good like fifth to second there, but couldn't quite get the win. Yomif is so good. He's just so quick. Yeah, it was cool, man. The crowd was really loud too. They were getting into it because I think this is a really good day for Americans. I think we got like 4 or 5 medals, like all in a row. I can't remember if Elliot, you might remember, was this the first race of that string of medals, or were there a couple before?
No, I think either the day before Boris Berrien had got the 800 medal. So.
But on this day, I think this was the first one, and then followed by Shannon Robery, and then followed by Matt Senchowitz.
Yeah, and I think Ajay also.
Ajay as well, yeah.
But yeah, the crowd was just like, the crowd could just tell that like, oh, this guy could medal. Like maybe they did not think that before. So it was really cool. Did you get a final K split there?
Yeah, so, I mean, first, Mo, you've spoken like a true American, knowing all those American stats. Way to go.
I'm a student. I'm a student of the game, man. Come on.
No, but there's 2 things. They show it on – they don't quite show the whole thing on the replay there, but when you cross the line, Ryan, there's like 2 strides after. It's one of the smuggest looks I've ever seen, where you're just like – fully mouth closed, not breathing, and it's just this like finger that was like, I was so close. The gold was right there. I feel like
I know what it looked. My teammates always give me a hard time because they think I'm doing like some sort of finger wave, but I think I'm just like pointing. There must have been either like a little Bowerman section or like a section of Americans or something that were cheering, and I was just like gave them like a little point like this. But also I wasn't like, didn't want to act like I was like super happy with second. I mean, you don't really want to celebrate second, you only celebrate first. But now, I mean, all my teammates give me a hard time about like the finger wave. But I was just pointing. But yeah, it doesn't, there's too much wag. There was too much wag in it. It was so close. Like you don't realize how close you were until, I'm like charging down the last 50.
Yeah.
And, the winner of the World Championships is right there, so close. And I really think I only made one mistake the whole race. And like, that's the difference between first and second, maybe. It's just that one mistake.
I mean, looking back at, you asked about the last K. I'm looking at the splits now. And Ryan, I feel like you've kind of made like a name for yourself as someone, particularly in championship races. Like I always think of the 5K USA's, like the mantra is kind of like, get ready to run 4 minutes the last mile sort of thing. And like some sort of cut down like that. But if we look at the last K was 2:22 of this race. The last 1200 was 250, which is just insane. I mean, I mean, you break it down on a 200 per 200, it goes 28, 29, 29, 29, 29, 27 for the last 1200. I can't think of that many races where, let alone like flat out 1200 meter legs, you know, and like a really good DMR or something like that, where 250 is just an insane speed to be going at for that long.
Yeah, 250. I have never heard that. I think I've heard the last K split, but I didn't know the last 1200 was 250. That's fast.
Yeah, what is it? I feel like the 3K has kind of been it's a good distance for you in terms of this race. I mentioned you've run 7:30, which is, I would say, maybe your best PR of any distance.
Yeah, definitely.
But what is it about the 3K for you?
I don't know, but just over the years, yeah, clearly the 3K is just my perfect event. And I kind of have to make it happen in the 5K, not quite quick enough in the 1500. But yeah, the 3K is just the perfect distance for, you know, just my body and my system. It shows in workouts too, like the 3K type workouts and pace. I can just roll those workouts way better. It's just how I'm built. So I really felt like that situation at World Indoors was like my time to capitalize on it. So I am very happy that, you know, that was kind of my moment and I was able to pull it off. And later in the summer, like back it up with that 7:30 race, which was, yeah, probably my best performance that I've ever had.
This was the first medal for us on the men's side. You know, Emily Infeld had gotten a medal on the women's side the previous summer, and this was the first medal for you know, for the men's side. So it definitely it was a milestone for our group, you know, for this. So yeah, this was a special night, honestly.
That is true. I wonder if Jerry's ever thought of that.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't want to tell him. But maybe someone tell him. Maybe someone tell him. I don't know if he even knows that. He probably forgets. He forgot this happened.
Probably forgot or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just to make sure we do recap, you know, Mo, you did finish 9th.
Yes.
You know, a tough finish there. I think, you know, it was really just the last K that separated it out. But we appreciate you coming along and really, you know, boosting Ryan up, boosting his confidence up here on this video. But certainly many Mo videos that we could look at. In your mind, you know, which one should we look at if we're looking at a Moh Ahmed race video?
I think probably the one that this particular season and this particular race and what was accomplished probably inspired, which was coming off of this World Indoors. You know, I think obviously being with Ryan for the whole year prior to that, and seeing what he accomplished, I was so inspired. And also it gave me the belief and that I can get up there and maybe accomplish something similar. So I kind of, coming off of these World Indoors, I came with just the fire. I think like Ryan would attest to that. You know, the jerk that he was in the previous to this, I think I kind of turned to that. And yeah, I would say like Prefontaine, you know, right after this, like 3 months after this race is probably, you know, the race that maybe we could look at. So yeah, but this, I tell you, like this really, like I was saying earlier, it gave me the belief that we can compete at the world level. I'm sure it gave belief and to Evan with what he did later that summer in 2016. So like I said, this is a milestone for our club, I would say for sure.
Yeah, I think it was one of those where, like, if Ryan can do it, like, surely I can do it.
Wait, so the likes? So you're saying that we took Crammy?
The likes of Ryan Hill.
The likes of Ryan Hill are meddling. Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because like this was obviously a highlight of my career, but I do think this was just the beginning for us as a group. Like we really took off from this point forward. I mean, you came with just Mamba mentality. weeks after this race, and you took over, and you were obviously fourth at the Olympics. I mean, you had your day. You had your day after this.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this was special. This was definitely special, I would say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks everyone for joining for another great BTC memory. The first medal on the guys side really kicked things off for the next 4 years. So thanks, Mo. Thanks, Ryan, for joining. And that'll be it.
No worries. No, thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us. Yeah.
All right.
A good one.